Okay, I'm going to try to make a quick video since I couldn't find anything online for putting an aftermarket amp and subwoofer in a 2007 to 2009 Mazda cx-7. Mine has the Bose system with the touchscreen navigation and all that. Basically, you can find plenty of videos online how to take the dash apart. You just pop the trim off, and then there's 4 screws that hold the stereo in. And then what you're going to need, because the stock stereo does not come with RCA outputs for an amplifier, you need to buy yourself a line out converter. You can find plenty of them online for cheap. It's worth the money to get one that's a little bit higher quality. And then at any of your local parts stores, you can find these taps. It's a little blue piece right here that you snap around the wire that you want to hook to so that you don't have to cut and splice. You snap this onto the wire and it cuts through the sheath and touches the cable inside. And then all your wiring that comes with your line out converter, you just put a spade connector on the end and it'll fit right in there. Just a standard little slide in terminal. So again, online you can find several places that have the wiring diagram. So once you have the stereo out, oh, the other thing is when you pull the stereo out, there's a plastic wire loom with foam on it that comes all the way up to almost the front of the harness. You're going to have to trim some of that wire loom back so that you can get to the cables. And then you just follow the diagram and match it with what you find online for the diagram for the car. So, you know, front right speaker positive ends up being a gray wire with a red stripe, for instance. So all you'll have to do really is the fronts, front left, front right, power, ground, and some of them come with a remote turn on wire that you can run from the line out converter all the way back to your amp to turn it on. But if you have the Bose system, your car should already have an amp, and it's better to run your remote trigger line off of the harness. You get higher voltage. So I did not use the turn on wire that came with my line out. I just tapped right into the remote turn on wire that was in the factory harness to run that. And then right back here, you can't really see it, but back here in the corner where you see that foam covered wire going down, you can run your remote wire and your RCAs straight down through that corner. So you can see I've run trying to get some light in there. These are my RCA cables right here that I pulled up through there, and my blue remote wire came up through there as well. So fish that down, and then they will end up coming out right down here. And then depending on how good you want it to look and how much time you want to spend, you can route it, hide everything along there, you know, down the plastic and everything. So that is how you do that, because your line out converter ends up giving you the RCA outputs that your stereo did not have. Now you can do the rest of your install. So not too tough. It's a little more complicated than, you know, using an aftermarket deck, but because the Bose system that I have has the touchscreen navigation with you know, voice command and all that, I didn't want to put an aftermarket stereo in there and lose all of the integrated systems that the stock deck is a part of. So hopefully this helps you out. Have a good one.